some point... What's up, guys? We're down here at Frankie's Range Meat, and you guys that haven't followed me over the years know that it has not been an easy journey. Trying to run a business as a non-secret society member, you're not in the club, you're not a member of the elite, and at some point I thought it'd be a little...
He must have filmed this a few weeks ago because his neck tattoo's gone.
A little easier, better, but it really hasn't, and I've kept a lot of that stuff behind the curtains. Never really talked about it. You know, my family basically abandoned me. You know, you guys know the business got shut down in New York. Basically lost everything, and these people are still going after me, whether it's, you know, me losing thousands of dollars a week in chargebacks, using the corrupt court system, they're trying to get judgments against me, and you know, the surgery I did to try to make myself feel better ended up completely ruining my face and vision, and I basically just wake up every day, go to work a few hours, go home, drop myself to sleep, and repeat everything over and over again. But in my attempt to continue to support my employees, all the people I've been doing business with for these years, and the Amish families that I am supporting, I'm just here to, you know, show you guys the products we have this week and ask you guys if you can afford to please just support the business, because as I said, it's not getting easier. You know, I was really worried about these crooked judges and everything, so I basically spent all my money. You know, I gave everything away, even though it shouldn't be a problem, because the business they were going after, the LLC, was the New York operating business. And
here we go.
Watch on.
So Frank is talking about his lawsuit with Paul Saladino. He's freaking out about the potential of having to pay Paul $2.8 million. So he lost, and I think he lost by default judgment, so he can't even appeal. Now there's going to be another legal process to figure out exactly how much he owes in reciprocity to Paul Saladino. Paul Saladino is looking for $2.8 million. That could go up or down depending on either what the jury or the judge thinks. Paul wants a jury trial. They may not go to a jury trial. That's still to be determined. But if it's a jury trial, the jury's going to determine what Frank owes. If it's just a judge, the judge is going to determine it based on the preponderance of evidence. But it looks like he's on the hook for $2.8 million. It's probably going to be around there. So he's freaking out about that. It also looks like he's being irresponsibly spending his money and shit like that too. So he's kind of brokish right now. And if he has to owe Paul $2.8 million, he's freaking out. And as he normally does, he lies about fucking everything and plays the victim. And he's claiming, oh, they sued the wrong business. They didn't. You can look at the fucking court filings. They did not sue the wrong business. They were suing Frank personally, by the way. So, like, him claiming they sued the wrong LLC. It's mentioned in the lawsuit, Frank Tufano, the individual, and his business. So he's just lying. Dodo donates $2.
Should Frank just give up and work a normal job? Also, his hand is still fucked up, so I think he just put makeup over his tattoo. Also,
at this point, nothing would surprise me. I don't think Frank can work a normal job at this point. I think he's massively in debt. He's making a lot of revenue from his businesses, but I don't think he's paid off any of his debt. And if he worked a normal job, there'd be no possible way for him to pay off that debt. And he has that lawsuit with Paul Saladino where he might owe $2.8 million. So probably be a bad time to quit and just work a normal job at this point. I don't even know if he could get a normal job. Like, the guy's a weird cross-eyed freak. I don't know who would hire him just based on his looks. And then on top of that, like, you see his social media posts. I mean, I don't know who the fuck would hire the guy. Thanks for the donation, though, Dodo.
We completely shut down in New York. We moved. We reopened a separate business. But I don't trust these court systems. They're doing some fishy stuff. Who knows what they would actually do? So basically, I have no assets, which means it's very difficult for me to run the business. You know, if we don't get enough orders 1 week, I basically have to take out another credit card. So I don't want to get too much into that, but
whoa,
I did want to touch briefly on the chargeback issue.
Okay. So his, like, I don't know how serious he is about this. Like, he could just be lying and making shit up. But we we saw his tax filings that were subpoenaed from the lawsuit he had with Paul Saladino. In 2024, he took in about $5 million in total gross revenue. I don't know what his expenses are. So he might have like 5 million in revenue, but his expenses are like, 4.8 million. So he only takes home like 200K or something. And then some of that has to go to his employees or something, like who knows, and like other taxes. But if he's being serious and if he's like short on orders some weeks and he has to take out lines of credit in order to keep his business afloat, like he's pretty fucked. I don't know how you can make 5 million in gross revenue and then have that sort of problem. That's fucking weird. He may just be completely lying about this though.
We might not be able to do the beef shares anymore because just last week, these secret society gangstalkers, they placed several beef share orders and they all filed chargebacks. It's about $3,000 worth of meat, so it's really disgusting. One guy's actually here in Pennsylvania, so if that chargeback goes through, we will be driving straight to his house and filing a police report. I don't know what to do. I might just file a lawsuit against all the banks just to get them to pay their lawyers a retainer, because if I file a lawsuit, there's like a dozen banks, right? If I spend just an hour or two to draft up a lawsuit against all 12 dozen banks, that means they're going to have to pay at least a $10,000 or $15,000 retainer to their lawyers just to respond to the case. So I might have to do that.
I'm eating 1,500 calories a day, not 1,000.
The whole, everything's crazy, guys. Everything's a struggle. Whether it's, the electric company trying to turn my power off at my house because they're gouging, it's something. But those are some of the chargebacks, so we might not be able to do the beef shares anymore. People are purposefully not following the instructions on the website and then filing chargebacks. So like on the foods website, you have to order the eggs separately from the other items. So these people order the eggs with the items they're not supposed to, and then they receive one or the other, which I don't know because there's a reason there's instructions. We can't send both. It's separate boxes.
Why doesn't Frank just assume that people who do these online orders are not going to follow instructions because they're unclear or they don't notice them or something, or they're just stupid, rather than attributing malice? Like, you can talk to anybody who does online commerce. When you have these stupid instructions on a website like this, most people aren't going to follow them. So why don't you just change the way your website works just to make up for people's incompetence or stupidity or something? Like, why is he assuming these people are just out to get him rather than just recognizing, oh, this is just a stupid way to do business?
And then they'll file a chargeback saying, oh, we didn't get anything. So they'll receive like $90 worth of eggs and they wouldn't get like their $10 of turkey. Then they'll file a chargeback for the full value of the order and then the bank will side with them. So that's another issue we're having. And then it's just intentional chargebacks. So people will place an order and then they'll immediately file a chargeback right after they place the order, which doesn't make sense because, usually with online stuff, there's a few day leeway for shipping. But we're going to show you guys what's going on down here and all the products we have this week. And if I need to do some updates on the court stuff, or if I need your guys' help, hey, maybe it's meant to be. Maybe they're going to crookedly take all my stuff, and then my new job will be to sit outside plastic surgeon's office in Beverly Hills and hand out flyers. But I don't think they want that, because I'm sure whatever amount of money they're trying to get from me, they would lose in about 2 weeks with the amount of flyers I would hand out over there. So I try to be civil, try to be reasonable, but that's not how these people operate. So got a bunch of refrigeration stuff here. Thought we were maybe going to be able to get on a lease in a butcher shop in New York, but that doesn't look like it's going to happen because of court stuff. We have a bunch of potato chip manufacturing coming over here. I know I told you guys we were supposed to do that, but I don't know if that's going to happen either. Bakeries, pure sourdough has been going pretty good. We have all the products available on the website for you guys. Basically any just regular sourdough bread, bagels, hamburger buns, hot dog buns, pizza crusts. We got a lot of stuff. I'm just going to turn the light on in here for you guys. Yeah, it's Sunday at 6 p.m. I didn't eat all day, so I'm got a little bit of a headache. I'm not feeling so good, but is there anything new out here? I think everything new is in the fridge and freezer this week. Yeah, we're working hard to restock the granola bars on the foods website, and the pemmican bars, those are pretty popular. Also the quinoa crisp, macadamia, we'll read some reviews on that later. You guys really like it. I did have to discontinue the quinoa crisp bars because they're a little too hard. We have to figure out the recipe, so I just basically took them off the website, issued refunds, and then I threw them out. I really don't have time to be trying to fix stuff like this right now, but
I don't have a specific arm day. I just train.
The most important thing is we have too many eggs now, and we've done a lot of price reduction on the eggs, and we're also doing a lot of promotions on the eggs. So back when all the egg craziness was happening, and my farmer was still sending about half of his eggs to someone else, I said, look, if you want me to sell all of your eggs in the future, here's the chance. Here's the chance to give me all of your eggs. I'll get the customer base, we'll sell them all. He didn't do that. he tapered them off of his other customers, and now at this point in time is when he's fully tapered off. So not ideal. Now he's saying, hey Frank, can you sell all my eggs? I'm like, I told you so. Now we have a little too much eggs. We've reduced the price. I think we're definitely the lowest price online for eggs. I think other people are even still trying to price gouge eggs. So I think it's $110 for 12 dozen shipped to your door for high quality corn and soy free pasture raised eggs. I added a new promotion this week. If you spend $650, which is a lot of money, you get a free box of eggs, which to me is a crazy promotion. Yeah, $650 is a lot of money, but you're getting $110 worth of eggs. So to me, that's crazy. The problem is, if you apply the discount to the order and it takes the value of the order below $650, you won't get the eggs. The problem with offering really great discounts for you guys and the promotions is that one little conundrum. Like, if there's a promotion at $500 and you spend $500, but then you put the 15% off and your order goes to like $435, you didn't spend $500. But we have so many promotions at different price tiers, I'm not really sure what to do about it. But yeah, we got a lot of eggs, guys. These are all laid fresh several days before and shipped out immediately. Everything, our eggs, our dairy are as fresh as possible. More recently, we started doing the cow's milk in the half-gallon jugs. The main reason we wanted to do a pickup in New York is for the dairy products. I wanted a New York storefront because a lot of people don't want to pay for the shipping on these dairy products because raw milk is very cheap, but it's heavy. Just the pure milk is pretty affordable. It's a few dollars for this, but we can only put a few in the box, otherwise it gets too heavy. So we have the half-gallon option in plastic, or if you want to go glass, we put our milk in the Mountain Valley bottles. We use a lot of this mineral water in our bread, in all of our products. No one else, as far as I know, no other companies have been crazy enough to do this, and we've been doing it for years. So we decided to repurpose those bottles. I could buy a label and cover this, but
something about that to me sounds unsanitary. So he's reusing water bottles that he uses for other things and then is like adding stuff back into it. I don't know if he like cleans them out properly beforehand, but that sounds a little risky to me. So like if you ordered this, there's no like safety seal. Because he opened it, put some other stuff in it, and then just screwed it. So, like, that safety seal to make sure, oh, this hasn't been opened, tampered with, that's gone. Like, I don't know, that for a variety of reasons, that sounds like a bad idea.
That's an additional expense. You guys can let me know, do you want to pay an extra, 50 cents for your milk to have a label on it? That's up to you guys. My personal opinion is I don't really want to do that. Here we have goat milk products, so our goat milk farmer is fully up and running. We have half-gallon jugs of goat milk available. We also have it, the glass option is, well, that's raw goat kefir, but we will have a glass option as well. What we basically tried to do here is everything is in glass. Every single dairy product is in glass to preserve the quality, and we do have a plastic option for the large volumes of milk, but all the other products, for the most part, we're going to try to put in glass. This is raw goat milk. I think he ran out of glass that week, so we still have a smaller goat milk option. It's really hard for me to stay on top of this stuff, guys, managing so many farmers at once. But over here is the sheep milk products. So yeah, this is what it's supposed to be in. So this is the new sheep milk this week in glass. This is 16 ounces pint. I'm really happy we're able to offer this stuff affordably for you guys, the highest quality dairy products. What is that? So that might be sheep cottage cheese, but we've added a lot of variety too. We're trying to do all different dairy products for, see, this is the kefir in glass. And then there's some sheep cream. There's like sheep cottage cheese, which is new. This might be the skyr, which we're also supposed to do a promotion on, give away some vanilla skyr this week. That's the heavy culture cream, which has been fermenting a little while. And this is all the other stuff, guys, the fermented vegetables and the marinades. Not sure how much longer these are supposed to last in the fridge. And we'll have to make a lot less of them last time. I thought you guys would like this stuff, but I don't think we're going to do it again. Because we have like carne asada marinade that you can put on anything. And we have the Mediterranean.
I'm probably going to have a debate with a biochemist PhD in a couple of weeks.
Marinade. I think this is just, chicken fat, chicken schmaltz. That's the steak seasoning. I think this is the blood. Yeah, we have the blood over here. A little too much blood, all in glass. Oh, this is new. I haven't listed this on the website yet. And I think we're going to patent this. These are actually sticks of beef tallow. So like butter, So, you cut this bag.
What does he mean patent this? It's beef tallow. You can't patent that.
Bag open, you keep it in your fridge. You take one stick out at a time to leave on your counter. And
what the fuck?
Again, I haven't seen anyone else do this. So we're first to market. We have a year to patent it, where no one else can really copy it without repercussions. So kind of crazy to me. No one's done this before.
I think he talks about the Twix bars later in this video, so that's pretty funny. He's committing intellectual property theft with his Twix bars. And then he's talking about just packaging tallow in sticks in a plastic bag, and then he thinks you can patent that? Like, he's just unhinged.
We have a few websites ready for this, beef sticks, beef tallow sticks, beef butter. We bought a few domain names for this too.
I'm not sure what the guy's name is yet, but I'm like the debate
on the website and start selling it. So hopefully this time anyone that copies me is you guys can maybe brigade them a little bit and they can suffer some consequences instead of just making millions of dollars off my idea as usual.
Yeah, so remember him saying that. Later in the video, he commits intellectual property theft.
These are some more beef shares we got in this week, which I am now reluctant to even send out. I'd rather just grind this all into pet food and sell it as pet food and not risk a chargeback. We also got the baby goat meat is back.
Like, by the way, that's not even a unique packaging method. Let me see. Sticks of butter package. So, if you buy some of these packs of butter, they come in sticks in the package. So, like, this is nothing new. There's vegan butter that I'd get for, like, when I make cookies that also had a similar packaging where it just came in sticks. That's not even a new idea.
It looks like they quartered it up this time, so I'm gonna have to try to figure that out, but that's available under the fresh meat section. Over here are the main sweets restocked this week. We have a lot of really delicious looking chocolate chip cookies in a giant box. If you guys are wondering why the price is up a little bit, it's because he put them in bigger boxes this week. Enough apple fry pies to feed an army. These are my favorite. I'm gonna take some of these home for dinner. Or, well, my breakfast, I guess. And here are the cinnamon rolls, which I haven't shown you guys enough of. I wanted to do it Pillsbury style, so if you guys want me to cook these, let me know. I could cook these and put the cinnamon, put the glaze on them for you. But I figured cinnamon rolls are nicer, you know, when you make them yourself and they're warm and gooey. So, you know, you just take this log, you slice your cinnamon rolls, whatever size you want. You know, you put the glaze on them, throw it in the oven, and then you have delicious organic cinnamon rolls, egg and dairy free with the highest quality ingredients. These are all of our
$2 why do you
all of our European raw cheeses. And here's some other baked goods we have. Running a little low on apple pies, but we'll get some more. These are ones I'm really excited about. You know, I wanted custard donuts for so long, and I hope I don't have to throw these guys out. I hope you buy the rest of them this week. But these are basically vanilla coconut cream stuffed donuts, because when I was a kid, I used to love the vanilla custard donuts at Dunkin' Donuts. We need to put a little more filling in these, but they're still super, super delicious. You know, all of these baked goods, guys, including the bread, you just get a dry skillet. You put a few of the baked goods in the skillet and just leave it on low heat and cover it and just let them warm up in the fry pan, and they are absolutely delicious. I mean, they're delicious just cold, but warmed up in at room temp, that is, but just warmed up in the fry pan is a way to screw them up. So,
how much of those animal products are diseased? And how many of those products are infected with bird flu?
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me with the bird flu going around that Frank is actually selling eggs infected with bird flu. He's also selling raw dairy, and that's just asking for something to happen. So who knows? Wouldn't surprise me in the near future you hear of him getting shut down or something because of like some bird flu shit traced back to his business. Thanks for the donation, James.
those are, I think, white chocolate whoopie pies. Those are the fresh ones. We had to throw out a lot, unfortunately. These are more custard donuts. These are pretzels, which I think are definitely bad. I think they're still good, actually. I might throw them out, though. I don't like keeping stuff in here more than 2 weeks, unfortunately. Gotta make more icing. There's a lone brain. And, oh yeah.
Dude, did he just open up the box and then touch everything?
These are pretzels, which I think are definitely bad. I think they're...
He literally just opened up the box, touched the food with his dirty hands, and then says, I don't know if I'm going to sell them or not. Who the fuck would buy anything from this retard? Like, oh my god. Dude.
They're still good, actually. I might throw them out, though. I don't like keeping stuff in here more than 2 weeks.
Oh, wow.
Gotta make more icing. There's a lone brain. And, oh, yeah, Frank, you don't own a bakery, you own a meat company. We got some smoked and cured bacon in stock for both pork and beef, some prosciutto, and there's also some smoked brisket. So, huge variety of the highest quality products, guys. There's our raw butter. I don't know what my farmer's doing. I'm losing my mind. Like, I sent him glass jars to put the butter in, and then he sends them in this. I guess he's trying to use up the rest of those containers, but the point is, no plastic. And what's this, the heavy cream? Oh, yeah, these are the new glass jars that we're going to be using for, like, the butter and the heavy cream. To me, these are really nice. I try to do everything affordable, so...
What's funny, too, is this is like the hand that has a wound on it. It has to be bandaged. So he has, like, a dirty hand that's covered in a bandage from some kind of wound. And then he touches food that he's, like, intending to sell to people. And he's like, I don't know if I'm going to throw it out. I might sell it to somebody. Like, wow.
I went with the most affordable jars at 8 ounces and whichever size was more suitable for the cream. So I'm really happy with these products, guys. We'll have to show more of the dairy next week. We've already spent a lot of time in here. Yeah, so I still haven't put those beef tallow sticks on the website. But those will be up by the time you guys see this video. That's one of the new things this week. Oh wait, I have to switch to my phone before we go in the freezer because the camera will fog up and it will not recover for like an hour. My guys are making way too much roast beef, so we have all this frozen roast beef that we sell as pet treats. And also being sold as pet treats in that same product is our pet food, and we now have pet chew bones. These are regular canoe marrow bones.
You would never want to feed an animal bones. You're just asking to get them, like, dead. Bones splinter and create sharp points, and it can perforate their stomach and kill them. It's incredibly irresponsible for him to sell something like that.
Where did my guys put the pet bones? I don't know. I don't know where they put them. This is all our local ground beef. Looks really good. High-fat grind, organ grind, ground chuck, 95.5 lean blend. Looks like all the ground beef is in stock for you guys this week. Kind of running low on duck, but we still have a decent amount. I'm not sure if I reduced the price yet. I think I did reduce the price because we're going to have some more...
That cured bacon looks disgusting. Plus all the innocent animals that have their lives.
Everything he sells looks disgusting. And, yeah, he's going around touching everything with his disgusting fucking hands. It's great. Thanks for the donation, James.
We're ducking soon. Chicken, you guys are kind of blowing through a lot. We got the venison in here. I think everything's kind of in stock. Fruits and vegetables selection.
Yeah, carnivorous animals eat bones, and they die. Wolves, lions, tigers, they die from chewing on bones. Again, it splinters, creates sharp points, and it perforates their stomach, and they die. It happens all the time in the wild. You never want to feed an animal bones. It's very dangerous.
A lot of blueberries over here. I don't know what this is. I think this is liverwurst in bulk. We have a decent amount of promotions on the website, guys. Sirloin steaks are now very affordable, and we also have promotion on ribeye. 2 10-ounce ribeyes is the amount. All the ice cubes are in stock. We're gonna make a fresh batch of lemon sorbet this week. But what's pretty cool is my farmer did a chocolate swirl and vanilla ice cream. So I haven't tried this myself. I gotta take one home to test it. But it looks pretty cool the way he did it in the jar. So that's a nice little treat for you guys. Over here we have the highest quality beef broth, collagen broth online. I find it funny how someone was trying to send out like heavy metal tests for their bone broth, yet we are still the only company using glass bottled mineral water and glass bottles and glass jars, that is, for this. And not only that, it's the only bone broth product available online that is solid at room temperature. They're all like...
Yeah, but that has nothing to do with like the lead content in the actual product.
Really liquidy broth, which means they don't use a lot of high quality bones in it. We restocked the beef stew, the beef and bone broth this week.
That's not what that means. It just means that there's more tissue that ends up getting boiled off and you put into the broth. That's all that means.
Beef stew. And I still got to take home one of these to try. Try Bella Romana. You guys try this. Let me know how it is. Let me know how you like it. These are all our baked goods in here. We got the pizza dough over there. There's some bagels. I got to take some home. So I actually eat breakfast one day. Those are the hamburger ones. Really delicious. Yeah, some of these are so good, guys, like the cinnamon raisin bagels. I'll literally just eat them plain. And it's really nice and convenient, like, don't have to prep it all. Over here is, this is actually frozen white carrots. So we peeled the carrots, we blanched them, and we froze them, and we're selling them like that. I'll talk more about those white carrots in a minute.
Who the fuck is buying frozen white carrots from Frank? Just why? I don't know how he makes these sales. Like, people have to just be stupid.
Good thing the Twix bars are here. Actually, remember, I forgot to show you guys the pot pie, so...
Oh yeah, here we go. Here's the intellectual property theft. So for any of you thinking of getting into, you know, the food industry and you're gonna make like a chocolate bar, you cannot name a product after another product. So Twix bars, Mars bars, Snickers bars, you can't make your own version of that and then call it a Snickers bar or something. Frank is literally calling these Twix bars. He's made the formula to emulate a Twix bar, and he's actually calling them Twix bars. That is intellectual property theft. It's illegal. You can't do that. So, literally in the same video, just 5 minutes apart, he's rambling about how he created this new method of packaging beef tallow and saying, oh, nobody's done this before, cutting tallow into sticks and then putting it into a package. He's saying he wants to patent this so nobody can steal his intellectual property. And then he fucking shows on camera himself committing intellectual property theft. So it's okay if he steals other people's ideas and intellectual property, but it's not okay when he does it. But it is okay when he does it.
You guys know shortbread chocolate caramel. The presentation is a little, we're working on it, but they're really, really delicious, and I haven't seen anyone else make these online. But more significantly, we now have beef pot pies made with only organic ingredients, and they're like 3.5 pounds each. I'm getting really cold in here, so I'm just gonna show you guys them real quick, and we're gonna go outside and talk about them. So we've got a warming up break, look at my phone. Another comment from a fake shill saying my eyes look better, and not only are these secret society gang stalkers stealing thousands of dollars from me, trying to get judgments against me in court, have absolutely ruined my entire life to the point where most people would have blown their brains out a decade ago. They think I'm fucking...
Okay, he's probably gonna commit suicide. That's a really strange thing to say. He already has suicidal ideation, clearly. He's probably gonna end up blowing his own brains out or committing suicide some way. Really, really weird thing to say and bring up when he's in financial debt. Seems like it's probably in the hundreds of thousands range. He's talking about having to take out new lines of credit just to keep his business afloat because, like, some weeks he doesn't make enough orders to pay for some of his food shipments coming in. And he's got that lawsuit with Paul Saladino that could cost him $2.8 million. And then he starts talking about how if anyone was in my situation, they would have killed themselves by now. So he has suicidal ideation at this point.
Fucking stupid enough to not realize that they're putting fake comments on all my shit, alright? Like they think their fucking IQ is higher than mine. Unfortunately, it's not. And you guys aren't that fucking bright. Otherwise, I would have been out of business a long time ago. If you had any fucking clue what you were doing. Yeah, bro. My eyes look fine. When I look down, you can't even fucking... They sink all the way into my fucking head. I'm still pointing. Like, the idea that... Okay. They look better now than they did after that guy horrendously disfigured my face. I went from being a disfigured freak now to partially cross-eyed freak. So, it's a little better, but for you... Yeah. Fucking disgusting. So yeah, those beef pot pies are really delicious. I might have spoken about it in another vlog or another video.
Dude, he's insane. Like, somebody's literally giving him a comment and he's like, I know what you're trying to do. You're trying to gaslight me. Like, he's actually going into psychosis.
Basically, the guy I hired, he made the beef hot pies on his own and they didn't turn out that good. So I made these ones personally myself and they turned out really, really delicious. All organic ingredients, the onion, celery, white carrot, mirepoix. Really, really delicious. We put some of the Frankie steak sauce in there. But
oh, wait. There's, like, odd discoloration here. Maybe he got the tattoo removed. He might have gotten it lasered off. I'm not sure. Because, like, look at this. Let me see a video he put up where he had the tattoo.
Can you please explain?
Yeah, there's that, like, thing right there. Yeah, he might have actually. Why? So that's right where the tattoo was. That, like, angular part there. Like, within a month of getting the tattoo, he gets it lasered off?
Do you think Frank has any knowledge of his cash flows?
Well, I'm sure he does. Again, he had to produce his tax forms to the IRS during that Paul Saladino lawsuit. I think he's probably just very, very bad with money. Like, I mean, he got a tattoo, and they're not exactly cheap. Like, you're probably looking at least $100 for a tattoo like that from, a cheap tattoo artist. And then he goes and gets it lasered off, like, within a month of getting it. And tattoo removal is more expensive than getting a tattoo. You're looking at thousands of dollars for tattoo removal versus maybe $100 or $200 for a small, cheap tattoo. So, like, these are the kinds of financial decisions he's making while he admits he's in massive debt and he can barely stay afloat. And he's, like, telling people, please, please, please buy something. I'm having to take out new lines of credit. Like, why would you get a tattoo that you're not sure about, then get it lasered off, spend thousands of dollars to get it lasered off? Like, I'm sure he's just really bad with money. Thanks for the donation, though, James.
Those pot pies, guys, they're like 3.5 pounds, and I charge $30 each for them, which, honestly, I feel like I should almost charge more. And I was, like, ravenously hungry one day, didn't eat the whole entire day. I couldn't even finish half the pot pie, like, and that was me not eating all day. So then, like, the next day, I had a few, I like to have it with some bread, so I had, like, a few pieces of bread and a quarter of the pot pie. That was all I ate. My point is...
Yeah, he guaranteed. He had to have gotten that lasered off. Like, you can see like a clear line here where the tattoo would have been. And the quality of the skin is different. Like, it's paler and bumpier and shit. What a fuck. Like, he's just so stupid.
One of those pot pies for $30 will feed a family of 4 comfortably. So, really, really calorically dense, really high quality ingredients. It turned out really delicious, and honestly, that might not be a high enough price for what we spent on ingredients and the time and labor, but I'm happy to offer it to you guys, see how you like it. Those white carrots, we basically had a farmer grow so many that, they were going to go bad, so we had to chop them all up, shred them, and then if you're going to freeze vegetables, it's better to blanch them first. So if you guys want to use the white carrots for your own cooking recipes, we have them available in frozen 1 pound. It's really convenient because they're cleaned and blanched already, so all you got to do is slice up in the bag after they thaw out for a little bit, and then put them in the pan for fry for whatever carrot recipes you would like, and that's way more convenient than having to peel and dice and cook carrots. It's a lot less work too, and the reason you would want to use white carrots is because the regular carrot, orange carrots, very high beta carotene.
I'm pretty sure Frank is probably, like, close to borderline retarded. So, like, near 80 IQ.
Can be a little hard on digestion, so this is kind of the healthier version of carrots that I wanted to incorporate into a lot of the different recipes we're using here. We didn't even have the farmer grow those carrots to sell them. We were going to use them in our own recipes, a lot of soups, a lot of stocks. We might do a demi-glace again with them. I want to put them in the giardiniera, so... the beef pot pie and the white carrots, those are 2 new things. You guys will see the beef pot pie on the website on its own, and then the white carrots are under the organic fruits and vegetables available. We still have some carrots left, but it's mostly the blanched ones. I didn't show you guys the Sky High organic energy drink in the fridge, the probiotic version. I know I did a short on the powder, but I don't know if I showed you guys in the vlog. Yeah, we did a powdered version of the energy drink. I don't know if I'll get a company to make like an actual canned product that's similar to like the regular Red Bull or Monster energy drinks, but this is what I have for breakfast most days. It's really, really delicious. It gets me going. It's nice. I'll actually add a few scoops of collagen to this just to add some more protein to make it kind of like a protein smoothie energy drink instead of just energy drink. There is protein in this. There's 10 grams of protein in this, but I like to add, a little bit more of the collagen peptides to, keep me full a little longer and stuff. When I actually came down here, I had I don't think I ate for like 2 days. I had almost like a whole jar of the detox smoothie just to fill myself up, and I put a little bit of the powdered probiotic.
What in the fuck? He ate the entire tub.
In there. Still haven't done my Frankie's Naturals products video. Maybe I'll force myself to do it this week. We did restock a few things on the Wi-Fi shielding. We got the EMF protection hoods back in stock, as well as I think the twin and queen canopies, and then we were out of bed sheets, but we restocked the bed sheets as well. So you guys might be wondering what happened to my hand. I won't keep you guessing. I had a little accident with some metal siding sheets that fell on my hand. But yeah, I'm hoping for the best. You know, I kind of feel bad asking for your guys' support, but compared to what these other dirtbags are doing, like Amos Miller with the GoFundMe, he got like $300,000, and nothing ever happened to him. There was no disruption in his business operation. He didn't lose any money, and he probably profited like a few $100,000 more just from the media hysteria. You know, just because someone's Amish or religious or whatever doesn't mean they're not a secret society member. Why do you think all those people were funneling money to him? You know, that's what these people do. They control the media, and they come up with methods to take your money, and they split it between themselves. That's all it's about. They're a bunch of parasites that want your money, that want to control everything. You know, that's like
No sugar.
a shroud. It's like, oh, no one's going to think I'm a bad guy, but see what he's really doing. It's really some real scumbag stuff. So when I do this, and I'm like, hey, if you guys can help me out if you can, you know, I mean, if I was desperate and I did really need the help, I guess you guys will know. But hopefully it never gets to that point. Yeah, we needed a lot of help last year because of the freezer situation. That was a nightmare. Thankfully, the insurance and everything went okay there. And the main issue now is, you know, with all this legal stuff and negative things happening to me and all these people stealing money from me, the business isn't profitable. So any money that comes in goes straight back out. I don't think I've ever paid myself in the 6 years I've been running this business, and obviously the company hasn't profited, but you know, just to be able to run a business and be okay is more than most people would ask for. It's just tough sometimes because, you know, when you're that tight on funds, if anything goes wrong or the sales slow down a little bit, you know, you get in a tight spot real quick. So let's go. I guess we can go read some reviews on the phone in the office. I probably should have given up already with the eye stuff, but I'm going to give these doctors a few more chances to fix my face before I completely lose it. Yeah, I'd love to do that. I'd love to, compared to what I'm doing now, beautiful LA, walk around the street, hand out flyers every day, no problem. No problem. I think they sold out already, but we did have some Oreos last week. He should be making more. Or did we sell them? I don't know if we sold them actually. I don't know if the Oreos were sold. Yeah, so I just got a few reviews here in my emails. Probably missed like 100 ones that I should be reading, but we haven't really done this in a while. So 5-star review for the white tomato sauce. Tomato sauce is perfect. Put it on pizza. It has the taste of autumn and is delicious. Yeah, that's the same thing as with the white carrots, guys. I'm excited to be able to offer the white tomato sauce. Hopefully people will realize how special of a product that is soon enough. 5-star review for the Crackdamia organic macadamia nuts. It's the best thing I've ever had. Really makes me feel energized. It tastes delicious, crunches amazingly, and I cannot stop craving it yet. That's why we called it Crackdamia, guys. This is 5-star reviews for the raw organic macadamia nut butter, clean and raw. Very high quality, very nutrient dense, hard to find raw macadamia nut butter only in the store. Yeah, that's why I got it, guys. Like, I like raw macadamia nut butter because it's kind of like the healthiest nut butter there is, but it's kind of hard to find. So we have it on Frankie's Syrian Foods. 5-star review for the vitamin and mineral complete powder. Great product. Honestly, I hate giving reviews, but I've been taking the complete complex and the collagen with chia seeds, and I have so much energy. My 12-year-old daughter has trouble keeping up with me now. It's my new breakfast. I feel like I'm 20 again. Yeah, you guys could also get that. We have the vitamin and mineral capsules too. Another person, same review, same product review. I purchased this for an older friend whose blood work came back less than stellar. He told me his stomach doesn't handle multivitamins very well, but this supplement doesn't upset him. Hopefully, this vitamin and mineral mix will help support it. Yeah, it's kind of strange to me how all these giant companies have been selling multivitamins for dozens and dozens of years, and I'm the first.
Yeah, next time I ever
one that's in line with food, so go figure. Someone else is probably copying me by now already. 5-star review for the natural collagen peptides. Makes wife look younger. She's been diligently taking these as recovery from childbirth. Skin looks better all the time. Man, hope your wife doesn't see that review. 5-star review for the big brain, memory, and intelligence. This is on organsupplements.com. This guy said he was using it and he's not sure if it works, but the reason I took this review was to remind you guys that those glandular powders should be taken on the morning on an empty stomach, and then you shouldn't have anything for a little while after that, just to make sure that your body is absorbing and utilizing them as much as possible. 5-star review for the Masticum capsules. Fixed my gut. I've been having bad bowel movements on and off for a few months, but they went away a day or two after I started taking these. Thanks, Frankie. Yeah, Masticum is probably, I mean, not probably, but it's definitely my number one like antimicrobial product, because any other antimicrobial, like oregano oil, I mean, you could list a dozen of them, berberine, black walnut, there's all these things people take for parasites and candida and stuff, but those are heavily, heavily damaging your liver. And after everything I've learned, you should never do an antimicrobial protocol for more than a day, because that's how long it takes to bomb out all your gut bacteria. Masticum is something you can take consistently every day because it doesn't actually get absorbed by the body. It just kind of gets rid of H. pylori. Granted, you know, you don't take too much of it. And
if you have an H. pylori infection, you take antibiotics, not Masticum.
another review for the Crackdamia macadamia nuts. These nuts are so insanely delicious, they should come with a warning label. Hands down, best tasting snack I've had in a long time. I'm glad I did that. I had that idea for a while, guys, and I'm glad I finally went through with it. It worked out really well. 5-star review for the pasture-raised chicken eggs. Beautiful eggs. My order was well packaged and all of the eggs arrived safely. They're beautiful and tasty eggs. Highly recommend. Oh, and shipping was really fast. Thank you, Frank. 5-star review for another review for the eggs. Received all of them in very good condition, well packaged, shared with family and friends. They're so good. 5-star review for Frankie's Cereals, I guess it's a general business review. The quality of the products go above and beyond. For people like me who are very critical of the foods and quality of foods, Frankie's Cereals and foods are option to go with. Keep him in business, Chris. Yeah. 5-star review for the pure sourdough. Apple pies. The apple pies were amazing and addictive once you take the first bite. I just wish there was a more liver-friendly version of them. No, I mean, this is as liver-friendly as it gets, dude. There's no dairy, no eggs. Regardless of the ingredients you use in an apple pie, the reason it's hard on digestion is just because it's very calorically dense. It's high in sugar and fat. What I do is I take I've been taking the macronutrient digestive enzymes with it because what happens is, you eat this huge meal and then...
You do not want to take digestive enzymes if you don't have to. They can cause a lot of digestive problems.
You have the apple pie at the end of the meal.
I think they can even eat away at your stomach lining. You don't want to take those if you don't have to.
Extra dessert on top of that. So your digestive system isn't really made to handle that unless you're like active all day and really exercising. So the macronutrient digestive enzymes, and if you need to, our probiotic will definitely help with that. And you'll be able to have an apple pie and feel fine. 5-star review for the wild boar bacon. Very crunchy and had a great natural savory flavor. With a little salt, it's perfect for a meal. Ate it with a bowl of rice. That sounds good. 5-star review for another egg review. This is my first experience ordering eggs online. I must say it was a great one. The eggs came delivered fully intact with no damage, and I'm grateful to have a reliable source to get soy and corn-free pasture-raised eggs. Thank you. Another review for the sourdough bread. I had included this as part of a promotion, and I was not disappointed. It was soft, chewy, and had the right balance of taste for traditional sourdough. No sugar, no preservatives, and it's the perfect accompaniment to a hearty dinner. Thanks, Frankie. Yeah, that's another thing I'm really happy we went through with, because I wasn't sure if the sourdough thing would turn out. I wasn't sure how shipping bread would be, but the products are really delicious and amazing. And instead of spending an hour a day or half an hour out of my day making sourdough every day for myself, I just spend 8 hours here making it for you guys. The beef testicles male virility grew my balls. Smiley face. Before I had discovered this phenomenal product, my balls were shrinking and my missus was not having it. Under suggestion of my wife, we eat balls every day for breakfast, lunch, dinner, and nighttime snacks. My balls have gotten to be about twice as large. My wife is very happy with my development, and even my wife's boyfriend is simply delighted.
So this is a troll comment.
With my progress. Soon I'll be able to sleep in the bed again. 10 out of 10 PS. If you want to see my progress, send me an email. Not sure about the legitimacy of that review, but I guess it's snuck in. 5-star review for the grass-fed beef bacon. Where have you been all my life? This is the most amazing bacon I've ever had, both the raw and cured and smoked. I'll never buy pork bacon again. It's less salty, even though it still has that salty goodness, as well as some sweet mapley notes, even though it doesn't have maple. Some can't taste it as it's very subtle. Hands down, some good stuff. After tasting it for the first time, I returned and ordered 11 more packs. 5-star review for the Amish made organic sweets and pastries. Apple pie is killer. Apple pie with the honey and vanilla ice cream is unreal. 10 out of 10. Frank, keep it up yet. If you're trying to gain weight, definitely buy an apple pie and some vanilla ice cream. We got a 5-star review for the natural probiotic. This is on organ supplements. I've not had a better probiotic. I discovered this site about 2 months ago and decided to try this probiotic. It's by far the best I've ever used. It has significantly improved my digestion and even eliminated the light and sound sensitivity I experienced after using steroid inhalers. Thank you for creating such an excellent probiotic. Yeah, I would say, we have so many excellent and useful products, but for me, the natural probiotic has made the most significant difference in my life because...
You do not want to take over-the-counter probiotic supplements. 1, they have no efficacy for treating any condition or illness, and 2, they're often mislabeled and contaminated. So don't get them. If you ever are taking probiotics, get medical-grade probiotics from a doctor if they're prescribed to you. Do not take over-the-counter probiotics.
I used to have to always drink water kefir and be on top of the probiotic regimen. It was really difficult, and buying different probiotics, none of them were working, but this one has the right formulation. So instead of having to try to make this perfect natural probiotic, like naturally fermenting your own water kefir, I'm happy we have this. There's some douche complaint to the Attorney General about the eggs. Someone filed a complaint to their state attorney general because they didn't receive their egg shipment. And this person, as I said earlier, some people don't follow the ordering instructions on the website. So this person probably ordered like beef jerky or something with the eggs and only got the eggs. Who is this douchebag? Dennis R. Arnett, St. Albans, West Virginia. We received the enclosed complaint from the above named consumer. The attorney general is authorized by law to determine whether the consumer protection laws are being violated. I got some laws for you to violate, buddy. Come over here. I'll give you some eggs. You fucking douche. This other person attempted to report me to the health department. Unfortunately for them, we sold about 1,000 dozen more of the same eggs that week without any reported issues. Too bad. 5-star review for the organic sourdough bread. 5 stars. I ordered the mixed berry pie and both cookies. They all taste really good and don't bother my stomach at all after eating. Thanks, Frankie. I'm really impressed with these. Someone ordered 40 of the Sky High probiotic energy drink. That's on Frankie's Arranged Foods. The powder is on the supplements website. His email was, holy crap, this tastes good. I gotta be careful myself because I'll comment out. Every time I grab one of those from the fridge here, I always grab a second one because it's really, really delicious and tasty. Another 5-star review for the Amish made organic sweets and pastries. The most delicious pastries. Love every pastry I've tried so far. For the ingredient quality and taste, the price of these pastries are a steal. I'm telling you guys, anyone else would be charging almost double for these. Like instead of 15 bucks, they'd be like 25. And those other people that are selling pastries for that price, guarantee you they're not all organic ingredients and they don't taste as good for sure. I even saw like one of the other farm websites, they have like preservatives and stuff in some of their bread. 5-star review for the natural mouthwash. This is frankiesnaturals.com. This is the best mouthwash I've ever used. It's clean and works well. I've bought more bottles since my first purchase. Frank Tufano puts out great products. There's no doubt about it. 5-star review for the Lemon Light Organic Electrolyte Drink. Great electrolyte. This product has the highest amount of potassium for a good price. Yes, it's the balanced amount that occurs in food. A lot of probiotics are unfortunately too salt heavy. We got a few more minutes to record. 5-star review, another for the pastry, and is super picky. In love with them. Only way to get back at them because only way to get people filing chargebacks. Yeah, I didn't say it earlier, but yeah, maybe we'll do a video on all those people filing chargebacks because that might be the only way to get back at them because one, I need to publicly warn other businesses about these people. So if I reveal their name and address, then maybe another small business owner will recognize them and be able to cancel their order so they don't suffer this from a chargeback like I have. And also, hey, maybe like someone is Googling their name for a job interview or a background check, and then one of the first things they see is that they're involved in a lawsuit where they stole money from me. So it's really disgusting that these people are taking advantage of anyone, let alone someone like myself who has gone through so many negative things. And I'm hoping things go well, and I hope everything gets sorted out, and I can get my face fixed and all that stuff because I've built a lot of really special stuff with my business, and I don't think anyone else is going to really has the integrity or skill set to do it. I don't know anyone else that has such a variety of businesses that has done so many cutting edge things in the health and nutrition space, and it's a shame that these people that own this planet don't care or don't value that. And I guess we'll see how things go over the next few months. But if you guys do want to support me, all the businesses are on frank-tufano.com. Frankie's Strange Meat, Frankie's Strange Foods, organ supplements, Wi-Fi shielding, Frankie's Naturals. Most of the stuff that we showed you guys and talked about today is on the Frankie's Strange Meat website, including the baked goods and everything. Some stuff on the foods, and then you guys can check out the organ supplements, the naturals, and the Wi-Fi shielding. We didn't show too much of that today. We did talk a little bit about it in the reviews, but maybe we'll focus more on that next week and do some separate videos. But yeah, it's a shame that I haven't really been doing YouTube anymore, only posting a few videos a month. I'm trying to do the shorts and stuff, but I mean, if that's what I have to do, it could be worse. That's literally what I do, guys. Like, I wake up, I drink my energy drink, go to work a few hours, come home, eat something, fall asleep, wake up, do the same thing every day.
What a stupid jackass. Was dead. Pretty sure the chargebacks are legit because he makes customers jump through crazy hoops to order shit, and he seems to provide terrible customer service. So many of his IG and TikTok comments are people asking when their orders are getting shipped. Yeah, probably. And on top of that, like, he admits, like, people have to order certain things separately and all this crap. Like, it's plausible that maybe afterwards they realize, oh, I fucked up the order, they do a chargeback, and then they order again or something to fix it. Like, who knows? But, like, the guy's an idiot.
The internet as it exists now is a panopticon trying to sell what it sees, and what it sees is you. Human users are farmed